Let's give it up again for Michelle, man. That's beautiful. You know I love that. Love that. Yeah, y'all burnt calories out here. That's how we do it, folks. Folks, real quick, I want to bring up a young gentleman who've been talking. We've been talking on the sidelines. He spoke January at the Martin Luther King festival that we had. His name is Isaac Fullman. He wants to talk to you about some things going on in the streets. So, without further ado, let me introduce to you Isaac Fullman.
Yes, good afternoon, everybody. John introduced me. My name is Isaac Fullman. I like to touch some issues that's going on in the African community, not only for the city of Philadelphia, but the whole entire United States. There's been like a lot of incidents that African American males were being disproportionately unrepresented, being killed by a lot of law enforcement officers throughout the community. There's more African American males incarcerated than any other races of males out here. So the root of the problem started from back in the day, from slavery and the Jim Crow laws and stuff in that nature. But as African American people, and not only our race, but other races who are non-racist, who can be able to take heed to this issue, need to address this issue, because this issue is growing rapidly fast like wildfire. I mean, there were so many incidents that happened as far as Michael Brown got killed, Eric Gardner got choked out and killed. Another one recently by a name of Scott, who got gunned down, got shot 8 times by a former officer, and not yet nothing has been done, except for that one officer. He's currently incarcerated right now, but we gotta see what happened to with day in court. But there's been a lot of misrepresentation and information about our people, and we need to take heed to this issue, because this issue has been growing rapidly. It's getting worse now, between, you know, African American people getting killed. Unemployment rate in the African American community, it's higher than any other races of people out here. Even when an African American male gets trialed for the same crime that a white male has been charged for, usually African American male gets a harsher sentence than a white male. Even when it comes to employment, there's a greater chance that a convicted white male will get the call back before an African American male will, without any criminal record. So these are just some of the issues that we need to look forward to, and, you know, start programs and start more awarenesses, not only through the city of Philadelphia, but all neighborhoods need to be about this. Even down to our school district. The school district of Philadelphia is lacking of funding, but they're building a lot of jails and state prisons, which the money should be invested towards the people who needs the money, as far as the African American community and minorities. And there's a lot more issues. Like, there's every 1 in 3 African American males will be, have been, or will be incarcerated in the future, and every 1 in 17 males will be or have been incarcerated. So these numbers are not equal, and they say it's equal. The outcome is not equal amounts of white males incarcerated than African American males incarcerated. So this issue needs to stop, and the criminal justice system needs to be fixed. And not only the criminal justice system, but just tenaciously, I'm a firm believer of equal opportunity, and that black lives matter too, as well as every other race of people lives matter too. So, like my man John was saying earlier today, that a lot of people is not get treated right and misrepresent our community. I would talk more about it. I actually volunteered at the mayor's office of Philadelphia for the RISE program, and there was a lot of African American people who were incarcerated, so we trying to help them to rehabilitate them back to society, and, you know, teach them the techniques that they need to be successful. But in order for us to be successful, we gotta know, like John said, what the root of the problem is. This goes back to Jim Crow laws, it goes back to slavery and oppression. Even today, that some of us not incarcerated, but mentally we still incarcerated in our mind. So we gotta get out of the mind frame. We gotta speak more about this and not be scared of nothing, because, you know, some white people might blame black on black crime, but like I said, what caused it from back in the day? So we gotta look at it and take heed and take for what it is, and the face value of things, because this, you know, all these killings of unarmed African American males is very disturbing. put a lot of us on edge right now, and it's very callous what's going on out here. So I mean, I could name a lot of more African American males who are being killed, but there's so many names I can name who's been killed that's African American, who's incarcerated. I'll be naming names all day. So if you got any questions for me, again, my name is Isaac Fullman. I live in the city of Philly, and I not only want to help the city of Philadelphia African American community, I want to help throughout the whole United States. This is an issue that needs to be addressed and need to be awareness more about this, because there's a lot of disconnect between the police and the African community. A lot of African American does not trust the police, and the police are racist towards African Americans. So we gotta build a gradual mutual trust for police officers, law enforcement officials, and the African American community. Until then, we don't reach no common grounds, then ain't gonna be nothing done. So that's what I had to say. Thank you.
Appreciate that, Isaac. Comrade, speaking your mind. And again, important words. Black community control of the police is what's needed. Join an organization that's talking about that. Any organizations that's out there talking about redeeming this system, or trying to get along with this system, or trying to reform this system, you need to run far away from that organization. Join an organization that's talking about destroying this system. This system has no redeeming qualities at all. We need black community control of the police. We need the ability to hire and fire rogue cops. We need to have these police officers that live in our neighborhood, that know grandma and them, that know cousin so-and-so around the corner. That way, they have a stake in the community. That's what we need. We don't need police to have training in ethnic studies. We don't need body cameras. That's a complete joke, body cameras, because look at everything that's been on film so far, and they go free. Everything that's been on video so far. Body cameras are not the answer. More ethnic training is not the answer. The answer is control. Control and power over our lives and our destinations. So, without further ado, folks, I want to bring up to you our next guest.